Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we are taking a look at the Boosticus setup. Now someone's going to complain, why didn't you get the microblade setup to replace the Onslaught? Well, because when I bought all these Combaticons it was like 60 bucks for the whole set, and this came with it. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to pick this up because that is pretty bloody cheap. Even just for the 5 figures alone, I didn't even clue in that Boosticus actually came with it. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, this setup does combine with the Onslaught figure in alt mode to form a trailer, and you can put one of the vehicles on the top here. Unfortunately, I do have all the figures in their combined mode right now, but I do have a review for Onslaught to where I actually do connect this, and you can also connect the gun to the top of the Onslaught figure. Now, I'm not sure if this is everything that it comes with because I bought this in an incomplete set, but I do have a couple of the little add-ons for this. Now, for this will attach to the tail of Vortex, and that will just fill out the top of that. Also, the propellers should be separated like that, because I like that. I didn't do that in the review. I didn't show that off in the Bruticus review. But anyways, okay, so there's that. And then you also get these little black bits that can attach onto the hands like so, or what would be the hands for the combined mode if you were to transform this into an arm. So that will go there, and you can rotate them around and whatnot, and they will help with the heals and support of the Brawl figure. So you got that. But as far as the tank mode and the combined mode is concerned, that just gets out of the way. For the hand mode, it doesn't really work out so well because it's right on top of the hands and it just doesn't look good. But you're going to transform this into a leg anyway, so it doesn't matter. This will be used later, and we will talk about that. But for this setup, let's go ahead and separate everything. Again, this is to pretty much transform into a trailer, and it does roll when you combine it with the Onslaught figure. But all this does separate so you can attach it to the Bruticus setup. So first off, this purple thing will separate from there. And a couple of tabs are broken on this. I just want to keep that in mind. What I'd like to do is the blue setup right here will pop off like so. And then right here you got this other black section in the middle. And this purple bit will pop off like so. The fists are hidden right here, and those just pop out like so. So, you got that. You got this little black section on the top here that will disconnect from that. And then you also got the wheels. Now, this is pretty much the hardest bit to take off because you got this little hook right there, and you gotta be careful because I'm worried that that's gonna pop off. But you take it off from the hook, just swing that up, and then that will unpeg from the top here. So, take this green section off, and it just pops off like so. I don't know if originally it was glued on, and I just got one that just freely separates, but there's that. And then pop this off, because it's just so much easier if you do that. And then plug this back on, because I also broke one of the tabs on this. So, there's that. And then just separate the middle of this, like so. Rotate these little bits like that, and then all this will combine onto the Bruticus setup with the gun. So let's raise the camera just a little bit like so, and let's transform everything onto the Bruticus setup. Now for this, what you want to do is you want to go back into the jet mode, just completely back into the entire jet form, like so. And hopefully I have enough time on my camera to show this off. I forgot to do that. So I might rush it. And then you got this little gap section that will attach to the crotch section of the robot mode. And then you got these little tabs right here which will hold the arms in place right down there. And that all just connects like so. Take a fist and plug that on right there, and then take this purple section and you're going to want to plug that onto the top there just to fill that out, and there's one arm done. To transform the other arm, what you're going to do is separate this section and bring the fist back in. And then what you want to do is just move this up just a bit. Now you have this little section right here that disconnects from a peg right inside there. So just bring that out like that. Sorry if I'm rushing this video. And then you got a couple little dots of plastic on the sides, a couple little circles that will go into this little joint right here. You put that in right there, and then you got a couple little hooks which will hold onto the upper arms or upper legs, like so. Connect that all together. Bring that up, and that gives you a little hole, which you can now plug the hand in. And that's pretty much it for the vortex. For the swindle, what you're going to want to do, it's very simple. You just bring the feet into this gap section, and then slide it down. Now, the front tabs on here have snapped, but it does have the back tabs, and that's pretty much all you need, because it's kind of hard to snap this in place. But once you have that, there's a leg, and that's all you need to do for the swindle figure. For the brawl figure, what you need to do is transform this back into its tank mode. So plug that onto there, unhook that from there. I'm pretty sure I could have just left this in tank mode and that would have been easier. But do not connect the, did I just break something? No, I didn't. Do not connect the arms to the tabs right here. And just bring the hands, and it's probably easier just to, there's an extra joint in this, like that. And just bring that up like that. And actually what you're going to do is leave that down, and then take one of the fists, let's see, it rotates on that way, so you're going to take this fist and plug it right there. There's a couple of pegs on the side there. And then there's also this hook section that will go right, oh, and bring down the head, that will go right in here. So just do that. And then once you lift up this bit, like you hook up the fist into this peg, and then once you do that, just line this up, bring this up like that, you can see the joint right there, and then try to hook in the other fist so that you have a little bit of room to work with. It's kind of hard to get in, but you can do that, and then go back to tabbing in the fist into place, like so. You see the little tabs, they will go right in there, and there you have the leg mode done. So you got that. Alright, now that I got a little bit more room on my capture card, let's move on to the Onslaught figure. And actually what I'm going to do is transform a little bit of the backpack before I actually combine this, and then I'm going to combine all the figures, and then attach all the parts to the actual Onslaught figure. What you're going to do for Onslaught is take off the gun and just flip down the little tabs right there. Now for the back piece, what you're going to do is take this section, and that will tab into this little box there. And then you're going to take these little wheel sections, like so, and they will go, there's a couple of holes, and then a couple of tabs right there, they will go into that. Make sure that this little hook piece right there is facing the bottom there, because there's a little gap section right there that's been taken out, so that you can actually put that tab right in there, and then do the same to the other side. Now again, let's go ahead and combine the set to the Onslaught figure. Let's see if I can zoom out any further than that. There we go. Bring up the camera just a little bit more. Let's see, actually we'll attach the arms first. So that will attach to there. That will attach to there, like so. So we got that. Pretty big arms now. Like, all they added was hands and these little sections up here, but they've made such a big impact. Maybe it also helps that this all transformed. Also, I forgot to do one more thing. All this will rotate in like so, so you have a nicer looking arm like that. So there we go. Then, what you're going to do is take the Swindle figure and plug that in like so. I should also point out this didn't come with instructions, so there's that. And then the Brawl figure will attach to there like so, and that looks very nice. The legs look so much better, but as you can see, the Onslaught now looks very small, and also he's kind of leaning to the side for some reason, but he just looks so small now. Like, what happened? Well, that's why we have all these other parts. Now, for the back section, what you're going to do, just like you were attaching the gun to the back piece, You're going to attach this. There's a couple of holes right there, and then a couple of gaps onto the sides like so. Let's see if I can get that on camera. With the lighting, you got a couple of holes right there, and then you got these little indentations on the side there that will go into a couple of tabs and pegs onto the back of Onslaught. And you just get that in. It usually helps to get one side in first and then focus on the other side, because this is a really strong connection. It really holds itself quite well. That is if you can actually get it to plug into the back. So we got one side in and the other, and there we go. And that looks pretty good. Yep, very nice. I love the guns on that. The back section just looks fantastic. But we got more to attach. We got this little waist piece that you don't really have to attach, but it does fill out a little bit more. So that will just hook onto the little black piece, like so. And then my favorite piece out of the entire set is this chest piece that will hook onto the top here, and then this will also hook onto, I believe, the bottom. Yes, so right down here where the hinges on the arms, they will attach to that. So hook it from the top and then connect it to the bottom. And there you have Bruticus with the Boosticus set. And my god, does this make the set. It really helps out. I mean, again, some people will prefer the Microblade set, but this one actually came with all the Combaticons, so I decided to get that. Now, what you can do with the set, this is also an additional thing, you can remove the fist, and you can do it for either side, because the purple, while some of the colors don't really match, at least both Vortex and Blastoff have purple, so you can attach this to either hand, but it's preferred on this hand. You can attach it like that, and now you have the gun in the game, or the flamethrower, or whatever you want to call it, and that is very cool. I'm very happy for that. But usually I just attach the fist just because. If there's one thing I have to complain about, it's the fact that Blastoff does not get any articulation now, except for the rotation and the moving up and down and side to side. This does not gain an elbow joint, so that's not really that good, but there's only so much you can do with this kit. I'm actually pretty happy with what they can do. I mean, I know that the Microblaze kit definitely helps out with the arms, but for what this is concerned, it's fine. And this also moves out of the way, so that's pretty good. But I usually just leave the hand onto there. This will actually tab into place now, so that's pretty good. But you can still move that out of the way if you need to, so I thought that was pretty clever. Now, when I combine the weapon, you now have the green gun thing from Onslaught just left out to the side. What I like to do is I like to combine the weapons, and again, I don't have the Swindle or Brawl weapon, but I like to combine that, and then I like to take this and plug that onto the back, and usually I actually leave the blades to the side here. But you can do that, and that's pretty cool too. So now everything is in one place. Again, I don't know if this is everything that Boosticus came with. I'm pretty sure he came with like a couple extra guns or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but this set never came with it. Again, you get little pieces right here for the heels of Brawl, and then you get this little back section for the Vortex, in addition to all this, which really does help out the Bruticus in its complete combined mode. I gotta say, I usually display this figure in its combined mode. I think it looks fantastic this way. Definitely looks bulky. It now looks like Bruticus in the game. I think it's fantastic. You can get the Microblaze kit. I'm not complaining about that. But in my honest opinion, I really like this. I really do. I can't complain about this. There is some things that could be changed on this figure. But nonetheless, I think it looks very good. And I love the guns on the back too. That is fantastic. The wheels on the back. I mean, that's just so that at least they go somewhere, but I think they look fantastic. They definitely give them a bigger back, which I like. Just overall, this figure looks cool. And you can also use the Brawl barrel gun thing, so that's very nice. I also like the fact that you can actually leave Brawl in the alt mode and still get him combined. I think that's pretty good, because that's pretty much how he looked like in the game, so that's very nice. Just overall, I am very happy. I'm pleased with this. I think it's fantastic. He gains a little bit of height thanks to the feet, so that's pretty good. Again, not perfect, but I can't complain. This is very good. So, if you can't really afford the Microblade set, I'd say go ahead and get this. If you have all of the Combaticons, I would definitely recommend getting this kit because it really helps out with the overall design and aesthetics and everything. Again, that is if you can't afford the Microblade set, or maybe you don't want the Onslaught from that. I believe it's called Microblade. I could have that wrong. I don't know, I keep repeating that name, and I'm pretty sure that's driving people nuts if it's wrong, but nonetheless, this is pretty cool. I'm very happy. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun dudes, and I'll see you guys next time. Fist bump.